I mean, I'll just say a few words about uh, the the year. I think it's been an extraordinary year, despite all of the challenges, and actually because of the challenges. The year has been extraordinary in the sense of everything that we've done. Um, the delivery of a public beta that conforms to the architectural requirements and delivers all the features. I mean, that alone is just a remarkable achievement. But then on top of that, we've just had so much in the way of um, technical results. We're now making, I mean, I think we've got quite significant progress on the ladle stuff. That's um, I'm happy to say that it's the proof theory. I mean, I'm sure that we'll find all kinds of subtleties as we go forward, but the proof theory is actually well in hand. And we got validation, verification regarding the combinators work. That's also very, very exciting. All of the work that we did on the improvement of Rolang, it's just remarkable. And that's just on the technical side. I think we've done a lot on the business side. I think, a lot more people understand the argumentation that we've made about how to approach the market. A lot more people understand why we think blockchain is an essential ingredient in addressing the coordination problem around climate change. So I think just overall, it's been this astonishing year of growth, and pulling a rabbit out of the hat, one rabbit out of the hat after another. So I look back on this year and just think of it as a year of miracles, and we're about to have a few more miracles. So I think it's a really I mean, I don't know how to say it. It's been, it's like these are the kinds of years you dream about in terms of growth on all fronts. So that's my take on it. But I'd love to hear what other people feel about this last year.
Well, to me, it's what's remarkable is just this has all been accomplished under the backdrop of like a very stagnant period in any kind of blockchain project, and a lot of projects went under this year. So I'm excited about the possibility of what can be done under better circumstances.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, one of the things that I feel in my bones is that, we don't really know each other as a community until we work together under adverse conditions. The people who come because, there's riches or because there's something, going on like that, and then leave as soon as there's a difficulty, that's not community. Community means something different to me. Community, pitches together to raise the barn, pitches together to handle the consequences of a fire. Community pitches together to, when there's been a death or some other kind of adversity or hardship. That's community. And when I think about, what we're building, when we build the RChain network, it's not just a network of, servers or nodes or, it's not just a technological network. It's a network of people. And the connections that bond or bind these people have to be meaningful, right? It's not that they have to be real bonds that have been forged and tested under adverse conditions. That's what I think about, and I think that and that's what I've been aiming towards, because the issue is that we're not going to come out of the climate change situation unscathed. It isn't going to happen. I mean, you only have to look at the recent failure in Madrid to recognize that people are not willing to change fast enough to. And on the other hand, the climate changes are very rapid and much more severe than any of the predictions made. So we're not going to get through the consequences of climate change unscathed. It just isn't going to happen. And so we have to build communities that can handle adversity. And that's what I have felt. A lot of the hardships that we've faced in RChain have been about, who's in it for the long haul, who's in it for, the the real goals, as opposed to those who are in it to get rich quick or for fame or other things like that. I don't know if any of this makes sense, but that's the way I think about it.
Well, to me, it's so many people joined RChain for those reasons that you listed. In the past, couple of years, I think a big chunk of the membership was people who wanted to buy rock and wanted to see it grow. And a lot of them, they didn't even know about Scenario. They didn't even know about the why of RChain, why we started building this in the first place.
Yeah.
So to me, it's about trying to attract those members, maybe some of them who have left, and bring them back, but also just cast out a net away from the crypto speculator libertarian world and towards people who want to actually build stuff.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Any thoughts from anyone else?
I'll just share that, certainly 2019 was, stressful all the way around the project. As you mentioned, from the business side, from the tech side, the community side. I mean, we lost a lot of community members. We lost, business contacts and such. I mean, much of it, as you've noted, is, not a bad thing. And hopefully, I mean, there are some, I think, that we would hope would come back or be able to come back. But sometimes everybody has their breaking point, and everybody has other things in life that they have to attend to. So it's not all good necessarily that they're not here.
Agreed.
But some of them, there are some, I won't name them, but there are some where it's like, okay, I think the project's better without them around. And so what I'm looking forward to in 2020 is stability. We need a long stretch of financial stability so that people can feel stable enough that they can focus and make progress towards sustainable long-term things that can really help the project, and hopefully we see continued progress on the tech side in a meaningful way, that others outside of the project can take note of and be attracted to. And it'll be exciting to see, how we continue to unfold our relations with the newer contacts that, Greg, you've established with China, and how that grows.
Yeah.
So. Those are some of my more immediate thoughts.
Great. No, thank you for sharing that. I echo those sentiments 100%. Yeah, I think all of us need a little bit of a means of taking some of the stress off through some stability. I think that's exactly right.
Yeah, I would just follow that note, that I think that in terms of this particular meditation, the Chinese community definitely needs a huge shout out. In fact, I would argue that we probably wouldn't even be having this call if it wasn't for specific individuals in that community stepping up, doing things without any sort of compensation at the moment, especially with regards to a lot of tracking of things that that are kind of going under the radar, like fraudulent transfer tokens and things of that nature. So I think that's also very well deserved.
Agreed. 100%. There are many unsung heroes working behind the scenes.
What I hope for is something we've discussed often, and that's to be able to get a technical writer just to handle some of the more technical details, which would make everyone's job a little easier. With that stability Bill mentioned, hopefully that can be something that comes into consideration. But I think from my perspective, one important thing would be, obviously I've enjoyed the Friday calls in terms of putting them out, and there is some coherent message, and I think that's going to be important to continue, of just like, what is our identity, how are we moving forward, and if we can both offer all of the more technical people just basic things like the Rock to Rev, and give them everything they need, and then pull from the rich and continually expanding podcasts that you do, along with the new white paper that's developing. We'll call it a white paper, but I know we're still up on the air on that. But there's so much rich marketing material that we can create in the next few months as we approach mainnet. I think that's what excites me most, being able to put those things together. And on a side note, it's just been wonderful just getting to know everyone here. I mean, it's a new working model. I'm looking at a screen and, dealing with my laptop wherever I happen to be working, but I really, truly enjoy my interactions with everyone here. So that's been something I look forward to as we gain momentum and actually launch that continuing as well.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I feel like everyone here has been a star, especially you, Derek. I'm just amazed at the focus that you bring. We have these RCast conversations, and they are out the same day, edited and transcribed, and it's very, very impressive. So, and the same.
I've learned more about math than I ever thought I would. So thank you.
Yeah. I know that. Even Rao has said that it's like drinking from a fire hose. So I totally get that. But it's it's like, I think in this particular market space, it's like that in general. I've learned more about securities laws than I ever wanted to know. I've learned more about economics than I in the past 2 years than I have ever in my entire life. So yeah, there's tons and tons of opportunity for growth in this particular work environment. But it's so much more pleasant when you're working with people who really have good work ethic and want to get the job done.
Agreed.
Anyone else?
Well, I'm pretty hopeful about 2020. 2019's been rough on a number of fronts. I mean, we saw the rise and looks like the fall of Libra. We've seen increased regulatory pressure in the U.S., but internationally, the tide's been turning more toward crypto. I mean, just a few days ago, there was a very positive statement from the Secretary General of the United Nations about crypto. It could be, this might be the year coming up that who knows, China might launch their cryptocurrency project in earnest. So I think we're turning a corner here. But although in the U.S. on the regulation side, I'm still concerned that our lawmakers just haven't quite gotten it.
Oh, I agree. I mean, with that, it was only brought to my attention yesterday or day before that the CFTC said that when Ethereum goes to proof of stake, they will have to review its status, and that it makes it, that proof of stake makes it closer to a security.
Yeah, great. Just cut the whole U.S. out of crypto forever. Good idea.
Oh, I know. It's so short-sighted.
Meanwhile, we have crypto being adopted officially in Germany and used in banking. I mean, they're.
Yep. I think it. I hope that the U.S. is not on this downward spiral. When they turn away from science and turn away from technology, things start to get very rough. Anyone else have anything else they want to share? Well,
Hey, Greg, just
Yeah.
want to say thanks for, continually putting yourself out there to try and get the financing that got us through 2019. Because if you didn't do it, we wouldn't be here.
I appreciate it, all the support that everyone gave me
Absolutely.
to go through it.
Again and again.
Exactly.
Well, I only did it because I was able to get so much support. I don't think I would have been able to do it without all the support I received. So. On that note, I wish everyone, a happy new year, and I'm looking forward to the next year. I think it's going to be a good one.
Okay, thanks everyone. Have a great new year, and we'll catch you back online probably on Thursday then.
Sounds good. Ciao for now.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.